When you're looking to have an urban adventure, whether it be on a rail trail or in the city, you want something that's fun and easy to operate. And that's where the Ausom L2 Max dual motor electric scooter comes into play. In this video, we're going to do some hill climbing, some speed tests, but first, let's talk about the features that this scooter offers you. For starters, built into the deck is a 48 volt, 20.8 amp hour battery system, which powers not one, but two hub motors that put out 1,000 watts each. So this is all-wheel drive up to 2,000 watts of power. This does have a payload capacity of 285 pounds, and it does weigh in at 73 pounds. So it is not super light. It's light enough to lift up for most people, but it's heavy enough that's going to feel stable and solid during those higher speed runs. Estimated range is 56 miles. That's on eco mode, on flat terrain with a lightweight rider. Realistically, you're probably looking closer to 30, 35 miles for most people. Has an advertised top speed of 38 miles per hour. I don't know if we're going to attempt that today, but we will certainly do some higher speed runs. It rides on 10x3 tubeless rubber tires, and the braking system is a combination of electronic and mechanical disc brakes. Coming over here to the cockpit, we have a few controls. So on the left-hand side here, we do have a DDM button that's dedicated dual motor. So when you press that in, that's dual motor. When it's out, that's single motor. Just above that is your electronic horn. And right here are your turn signals. This does have rear turn signals built in. Right-hand side, you do have your finger throttle right here. Power button, plus and minus for your riding modes. Now to power it on, you do need to long press the power button. But you'll see the screen is blank except for 4 dots up top, which is asking for a passcode or this, your key fob. So you touch that to the screen and it does power on. You also get some blue deck lights right there as well, which look really awesome at nighttime. So once the power's on, it goes into park mode. And it may look like it's flashing on the camera, but it's not doing that in person. Park mode just means it's not going to have any power to it. It is just stationary. So to go through the riding modes, you hit your up or plus button. You then have eco, sport, and race mode. And to go back, you just hit the minus button or down. Now when this does power on, those lights come on automatically. If you do want to turn them off to conserve battery, especially during daytime use, all you do is quick double press the plus button with the headlight icon. That button also has another function. If you long press that, that will turn on your headlight for nighttime riding. And if you long press the minus button, that's walking or foot mode to give you a little bit of assistance if you're pushing it. Now to fold down your stem, all you do is unscrew this until that comes out, pull on this knob, and that releases it, where you can fold it down for easy transportation. This latch goes right behind your kick plate here, and then you have the stem as a handle to pick it up, put it in your trunk or SUV. Now coming down the front, we do have great cable management, and we have something that I'm pleasantly surprised to see right behind this flap. Open it up, a USB-A and USB-C charging port. So yes, you can charge your phone or devices while you're riding the scooter. Plugs in right there in the front of the stem. Coming down front is your headlight built into the front fender, so the wheel moves, the headlight moves with it, and your front hub motor and front braking system. Behind that, you will find your front suspension as well. Coming to the back behind the kick plate is your rear suspension, followed by your rear plastic fender with built-in tail light / brake light. And you do have your rear hub motor and rear braking system. But right here, along the side of the deck, is your turn signals. So that's where they do light up at nighttime for left and right rear turn signals. And on the front of the deck, you will find not one, but 2 charging ports. It does come with 1 charger, but you can purchase a second charger to charge up the battery twice as fast. Another feature this has, which is really great, but you can't really see it, you just feel it, is a built-in steering stabilizer. So when you are turning the handlebars, you do feel a point right in the middle where it kind of almost locks into place. If you notice how it hits that point and then stops, that's the stabilizer right there. So when you're turning left and right, you will feel some resistance when the wheel is straight on. That's to help keep the handlebar straight and wobble free during those higher speed runs. Now, a little bit later in the video, we're going to talk about some pros and cons I discovered after trying this out, which I feel you should be made aware of. But right now, we're going to gear up, hit the city, hit some rail trails, and show you what the Ausom L2 Max dual motor electric scooter can actually do. We'll say the brakes feel great. Even not being hydraulic, the electronic and mechanical combination, real smooth and steady braking power. And in case you're curious about the horn, here it is. We're gonna head to a part of the city right now that has some pretty large hills. We'll test out the hill climbing capabilities. We're gonna start right here for a hill climb test. There's a series of hills and they get progressively steeper the further we go up. And there are some stop signs at the bases of certain ones, so we won't be able to go a straight shot. We will be stopping periodically. To give me the best chance possible though, I'm gonna have this in, not sport, but race mode, max power, and DDM pressed in for dual motor activated. So we're gonna have max power to potentially climb all these hills straight ahead of us. I know they're not gonna come through that steep on camera, but trust me, they are fairly steep. It'd be hard enough to pedal off them, let alone just have a scooter pull us up them. And I already got some wheel spinach when I hit the juice there. Yeah, good acceleration, dual motor, race mode. Already going 26 miles an hour. So we're just gonna keep going and see if this actually can pull us all the way to the top. Okay, no stop sign here, we're gonna keep going. We're pulling 28 miles an hour. The steepest hill is yet to come. And keep in mind, I am around 240 pounds, plus the weight of the scooter. 26 miles an hour, 24. Here's the steepest part, 22, 20, 19, we crested it. We got one more steep part here. I think we're gonna do it, no problem at all. So back to 25, 22, 20, 18, I think 17 or 18 is the lowest that we got after climbing that series of hills. That is pretty impressive. Hopefully you can see from here how much of an elevation change we accomplished. Now, did I have momentum? Absolutely. It's only practical to do so. But I think if you were to stop at the base of most hills and you're in the proper settings, it's gonna pull you up at no problem. And even coming down, nice controlled braking. No shaking, no wobbling, no nothing. Another fellow scooter rider. These are definitely great transportation for an urban environment. Whether you want to get to work and beat the traffic, or you want to do work and play, well, this is going to offer the best of both worlds. And just like that, we're going to go from city to rail trail. Now you may be wondering, can this go through the grass? Well, we're going to find out. I'm going to put it in dual motor. I have it in sport mode, so we're going to see, can it do grass? It can. I'm not going to say it's flawless, but it is capable. So if you need to go through some lower grass like this, dual motor is the way to do it. And let's see if we could climb out of this hill here. Yep, I'm in sport mode and I was capable of doing it, so that should answer that question. And I love that I could go from dual to single motor, single press of a button at any given time. Right now I want to try the different riding modes in single motor use only. So we're gonna start off in eco, which is the least amount of power. So 0 start to max speed in eco mode, single motor, here we go. Really slow gradual acceleration. We are now passing 10 miles an hour. For the most part, this is pretty flat, little ups and downs, but pretty uniform. Okay, we're at 16, 17, 18. It's like 18 miles an hour for a top speed. Okay, we're in sport mode, 0 start, full throttle, here we go. A little bit more speed picking up. We're at 15, 18, 20, 22, looks like 22 is the top speed I got on sport mode, single motor. Now for race mode, single motor, 0 start, top speed, here we go. More power, more acceleration. Okay, we're at 20, 25, 28, 29, holding at 29. We started rising slightly in elevation, so I think 30 is probably the top speed on that, although I reached 29. Now, just for a comparison, that was single motor use. We're now going to activate that second 1000 watt motor. This is going to be the max power of the scooter. I'm just going to let it rip until I don't feel comfortable anymore. Yep, here we go. Oh man, that accelerates so fast. We're already at 30. 35. 37. 38. Woo. Okay, so this holds true. It does do 38 miles an hour, and it got there in a flash. Honest to God's truth though, that was so stable. That steering stabilizer kept the wheel straight the entire time. I didn't feel unsafe at all. Granted, I probably should have better protective gear on, but for a short burst like that, I felt really comfortable and safe and stable. Probably the best higher speed scooter I've ever driven that has safety in mind, because that felt like I was going maybe 25 miles an hour on other scooters. So 38 miles an hour though, it's capable. We're gonna shoot right back into the city. Well, I miss having a scooter. This is so much fun, especially in an environment like this. Yeah, we're gonna go to an area. I'm gonna do one more high-speed run because, well, it's just fun and this does it so well. So we're gonna capitalize on this area. Okay, we're already going. I'm gonna put it into race mode, dual motor. We're gonna let it rip on this road here for a bit. Yeah, that is stable and smooth. Wow, 39 miles an hour. This is so smooth. I'll tell you what, I could probably go one-handed. Yeah, over 30 miles an hour one-handed, and it's stable. What an absolutely gorgeous day for a ride. Before we continue, I just want to tell you that depending on your location, you should check with your state and local municipalities to find out where the scooter can be ridden. Now this without a doubt is one impressive scooter. Thrilled to ride it today, but it's not perfect. There are two things I feel you should be made aware of because they do stand out to me. So I'm going to cover my pros and cons section right now. First one is the display. The display has everything you would want on a display. All the information's there, easy to navigate, but in conditions like this with the bright sun, it is really hard to see. It's really not bright enough or clear enough under direct sun. I am wearing polarized glasses. That does play a small part in it, but even without them, certain times it is difficult to see how fast you're going or which mode you're in. So often I found myself coming to a stop or waiting for a shady area to see what the display actually was reading. If you're riding this on an overcast day or in the evening, that won't be a concern, but under direct sun, the display is lacking. The second is the battery. The battery is sufficient, but I feel it could be larger. The battery size of 20.8 amp hours I've seen in other single motor scooters. The fact that this is in a dual motor scooter, I feel it should have a much larger capacity because it's twice the power, twice the motors. So it is sufficient, but when you are riding in race mode, in dual motor, it is going to eat the battery down pretty fast. If you do ride an eco single motor, you'll get plenty of life out of it, but that's no fun. This does have power, it does have speed. You're going to want to use it. So I feel it should have a larger capacity battery. With that out of the way though, what's there not to love about it? Honestly, I could ramble on and on, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to share a few key points. Starting with my favorite one. I've been asking for this for the longest time on all my e-products, and that is a USB charging port. The fact that this has a USB A and C, well, that's a sure win right there. You can mount your phone, Bluetooth speaker, an extra light if you want, and be able to charge it directly right from there. So I'm really happy to see that. The second is that it has all the functions and options you would want. It's got the horn, it's got turn signals, it's got one button dedication for that second dual motor. You got a nice finger throttle right here. Really easy to navigate the settings. And well, I would say the performance is fantastic. That steering stabilizer really comes in handy at those higher speeds. The suspension is great on this, so real comfortable to ride, but higher speed runs, it's buttery smooth. Going 38 on this feels about going 25 on some other scooters. Some other scooters, when you approach 30, it gets sketchy and dicey. This one doesn't. I felt the safest and most comfortable I ever have riding at that speed on electric scooters. So they really nailed down performance and safety on the scooter, so you can't go wrong with that. I do want to thank the people over at Ausom for reaching out to me, allowing me to share the L2 Max dual motor scooter with all of you. I had a blast riding this, making this video, and hopefully you know by now if the scooter is the right one for you. I will say though, if you are into urban adventures and you want to hit city life, trail life, go to work and play, most likely this is going to suit your needs. So if you want more details on the latest pricing, check the link down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, safe riding, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.